Hi everyone, welcome back to the Forgotten City. We're here in the cistern, in the lower cistern. In the upper cistern we've found Scintilla all chained up, and her father, the magistrate, is the one who's done it. So, with that known, we can come up here. It's getting dark. We need to meet... Oh, let's have a word with the gladiator. He was worried about something in the baths, wasn't he?
Ossin Coolio mio.
Also, Melio Culio. Oh, okay, I think that's not a very polite thing to say. He's asking us to leave politely, I think. Right, let's head over to the baths then, because we got to meet. Actually, while we're in Apollo, we needed to get the. This is Apollo's temple, wasn't it? There was some willow bark here. Yeah. Hi.
Feeling all right?
Terrific. I figured out how to treat rheumatism.
You made it into the palace. I'm impressed. How is Nevia?
Strained, I think, is probably a good way of saying it. She's alive, but she wants to be left alone. The treatment is willow bark.
Willowback. I should have known. It was under my nose the whole time. That's very helpful. Thank you. If this works, it should settle Rufius down some. I have some right here.
Rufius.
Could you do me a favor and give him some of this? He'll just need to swallow a pinch of it. I'm hoping it will avert disaster.
Righty-ho. Alright.
Thank you. I'm really glad you arrived when you did.
Yeah, me too. Right,
All
Charles.
right.
See you
Well,
later.
thanks again for helping remove the thorn from the lion's paw.
Yep.
The spirit of Androcles smiles upon you.
Cool, blimey. Can't get away from her quickly, can you? Right, he was grumbling and muttering around here, wasn't he? Is he still wandering around? Okay, I can't find him. Let's see if we go to the baths and see if Thingy's there, so we can have a conversation with her. Oh, when did that fall down? Was that the temple roof came down, so that's now blocked. It's when the assassin died, isn't it? Okay. I have to go this way. It's in the toga. Right. At the bath, she said. At the baths. Where are you? Oh, she's at the far end. I see her.
All right, you're here. You were asking how I knew the young woman you met by
Karen.
the river was wearing a hood.
Yes.
Here, look down at the bottom of the baths. It's a little hard to make out in this light. If only we could see. Oh, what a marvelous lamp. But do you see it? Somebody waking up by a river in a forest to find a hooded figure with a coin. It's just as you described it, only your pronunciation is a little off. The name you heard wasn't Karen. It was C-H-A-R-O-N, as in Charon, the ferryman of the dead. Charon, who, in exchange for the right coin, helps the souls of the newly deceased cross the Styx.
I called it.
That separates the land of the living from the land of the dead.
When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, but all I found was some loose change. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry.
We're dead.
I take it you know what this means.
This is the underworld.
I'm afraid so. It's all starting to make sense. All these people whose last memory was running from the fires toward the river. It seems none of them escaped with their lives after all. Perhaps we should be grateful they don't remember their final moments. It also tells us that the Golden Rule is the work of Pluto, the god of the underworld, and why his epithet has always been Father of Riches. I know it's a lot to take in, and you look as if you have questions, so I'll try to answer them if I can.
So we're dead.
That was my first thought too. In the old stories, the underworld was where the souls of the deceased were taken. But it was also possible for the living to reach it without dying, if they were particularly fearless.
We're in purgatory
So
then.
I'm afraid I don't know.
Okay. What can you tell me about Karen?
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're not from here. If you were Roman, or even Greek, you would know these stories. Each of them is slightly different, whether the storyteller was Plato, Homer, Virgil, or Ovid. But they always involved the souls of the dead meeting a grim ferryman named Charon on the bank of a river. It was said that he'd help the new arrival cross, only if they could pay him with a coin, an obol. That's why it was once our custom to bury our loved ones with a coin in their mouths. Charon's obol, we called it. Of course, an obol was a kind of Greek coin, because we inherited this knowledge from the Greeks.
Why didn't you recognise Charon immediately?
To be fair, the ferryman isn't exactly as the poets described, and he, she, they seem to appear to different people in different guises. You say you saw a young woman named Karen with a hood, and I once heard Kabash mention a stranger in a ram headdress named Kerti, and Rufius described meeting a stranger named Kamut Tabal wearing an eagle headdress. But whatever form this stranger took, they were always wearing a hood of some sort, and their name always began with a K sound. I suspect the only way you'll solve this riddle is if your paths cross again.
Why are there so few people in the underworld?
Good question. Let's see. In the stories, Charon would always require a coin as payment for passage across the river, but that never made any sense to me. What does an ancient immortal being need with coins? In our case, it seems Charon didn't take the coins we had. He or she merely checked we had one in our possession. So, maybe there's something special about the coins each of us had on us. That might explain why we wound up here, but so many others did not.
Okay. Were you trying to keep this from me?
No. I mean, I had my suspicions, especially after Livia's ramblings, but I would never have figured it out without your help, I promise you.
Okay, that's all the questions I've got.
We know where we are. We have to figure out what to do about it, if we don't want to be cast into gold for eternity. We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the
Sit back,
underworld.
everyone. Get comfy.
Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra. And Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape.
Proserpina,
And
there
finally,
we go.
Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have 2 options: to confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide.
So that's probably the voices guiding us to, that could be Proserpina, because it was her shrine that brought us here. Maybe that's what's going to get us through the secret entrance or exit. Can't we just escape the way we came in?
It's a reasonable question, but the problem is, this place is fairly well designed to keep us here. There's no way to climb up the shaft. And even if you could build a ladder big enough, just trying it would break the golden rule. We know that, thanks to the writings left behind by those who've tried.
I've noticed you seem uncomfortable calling the god of the underworld by his name.
All Romans try to avoid saying it, and the reason is quite simple. He might hear us. You may refer to him as Pluto, if you wish, but you'll only be calling attention to yourself. Do so at your own peril.
Okay. Tell me more about the confronting Pluto head-on.
Is everyone so blunt where you're from? Ugh.
Okay, Voldemort then.
That
God, blimey.
option would be the boldest, but also the only way to learn the truth about the Golden Rule and maybe even put an end to it. As I said, Hercules managed to overpower the god of the underworld, but he was a demigod. Forgive my candor, but you are no Hercules.
Yeah, fair enough. Hercules couldn't manipulate time and turn organic matter into gold.
Are you telling me that you can? I won't pretend to understand exactly what that means, but if that's true,
I am
then
Midas.
perhaps you stand a chance. So, if you want to confront him, I'll help you as much as I can. Who knows? Perhaps your name will be uttered in the same sentence as Hercules one day. But first, you'd need an audience with you-know-who, and for that, you'll need to enter the great temple overlooking the city. The problem is, the door has been sealed shut for as long as I've lived here, and there doesn't even seem to be a keyhole. I suspect the answer lies in the desecrated obelisk in front of it. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there are 4 plaques missing from its base. It looks as though somebody, or a series of somebodies, forcibly removed them, and in doing so, dishonored and angered our divine keeper. If you could recover and replace all 4 of those missing plaques, I imagine he might be willing to receive an audience again.
Okay. Tell me about the obelisk.
It's the towering stone monument with 4 sides and a pyramid-shaped head that stands before the great temple, a dedication to the god of this place. You'll find them all over Rome, but of course they were looted from Egypt many years ago. It seems one of them made its way here too, although how is a mystery. However, this one is unusual in that each of the 4 sides is decorated in a different style: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and another I don't recognize. That means you'll need to recover 4 different plaques: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and a 4th, a mystery plaque.
Interesting. Where will I find the Roman plaque?
Good question. To answer that, we first need to ask who would have defaced the obelisk in the first place. It would have had the god's name engraved into it, so it may be that whoever desecrated it wanted that name to be forgotten. And there's only one group of people I know of who might want to do that.
Fanatics?
There's a cult in Rome that often argued there is only one true god. Theirs, of course. They've been known to start fires, as well as deface religious monuments whose existence challenged their beliefs. If I were you, I'd go looking for them. Of course, they've all been in hiding since the fire last year, so finding them won't be easy. But I did hear a rumor they have a secret shrine somewhere in the city. Perhaps, if you could find that, you might be able to recover the Roman plaque.
Right, the Greek one?
I don't know. But perhaps you should begin your search with the local Greek fellow, Georgius. His store is in the forum.
Okay, Egyptian plaque.
Perhaps Kabash, our Egyptian resident, would be able to tell us. Unfortunately, he disappeared weeks ago. But I did hear Aurelia is peddling rumors about him at the tavern, so perhaps you could talk to her. Or just take a look in his room.
Will do. What about this mystery plaque?
I'm afraid you're on your own with that one. But perhaps finding the other 3 will illuminate the way.
Perhaps, yes. Tell me about escaping with the help of Prospina or a guide.
As I mentioned, both Orpheus and Sisyphus were said to have persuaded Proserpina to help them escape, and Aeneas was guided to the exit. The problem is, those are the stories of a poet, a self-aggrandizing king, and a brawler about their own heroic deeds, so they should be taken with a grain of salt. First, Proserpina. What we do know about her is, well, it's a grim tale.
Oh my goodness.
Said the god of the underworld abducted and dragged her here against her will, forcing her into marriage.
So she might be willing to work against him to help us.
If the stories are true, then I suppose so. The problem is, how do we communicate with her without being noticed by her captor? Leaving that aside for a moment, there is also the possibility of a spirit guide. I don't suppose you've come across one of those in your travels?
I hear female statues whispering to me every now and then.
Truly? And you're only bringing this up now?
Well,
Then again, I suppose you were worried I'd think you were as mad as Navia. Can you tell me more? Is it the same voice?
yes.
What kinds of thing does it say?
It always the same voice, and she's helpful, if a little cryptic.
Fascinating. Perhaps she's a benevolent spirit. Or perhaps... Perhaps you're hearing the voice of Proserpina herself. If she has indeed been abducted, it would make sense for her to speak in cryptic whispers to avoid detection. Tell me, has she told you anything that might lead you to the way out?
I've already found the escape.
Truly? Then why are you still here?
Because the path will result in the deaths of nearly everyone here, and I don't want that.
Ah, I see. Then it seems you have made a great sacrifice for all of us, friend. I admire your compassion. Truly, thank you. But unfortunately, I'm afraid your only other option will be to confront you-know-who.
So this is clearly the multiple endings, isn't it? Alright, let's get started.
All right. I would suggest
We'll
not
go for the full
discussing
frontal
this with
assault.
anyone. The best we can do for them is to let them remain oblivious for as long as possible. As for Livia, it seems she's been shouldering the weight of this terrible secret all this time. Perhaps it would comfort her to know she's not alone.
Okay, I'll start with Livia first.
In any case, time is of the essence, so you'd best begin. May Fortuna guide you. Although you may not need her with Proserpina on your side.
Alright, Karen. Right, so we're in the underworld, which I kind of suspected. The water, the coin. Well, I didn't think of the coin, but thank you, Whisperer. Don't worry about getting your feet
Isn't
wet.
the
It's
great
quicker.
temple majestic?
It is beautiful. Right, but night's coming, and the election can't be far away. Where is Livia? And who is Livia? I've forgotten who Livia is. Perhaps if Livia knows the secret, we weight off her shoulders. Livia, was she the hairdresser who went mad? Not mad, but down in the slums, isn't she? So, right. Let's go and have a word with... Now we got our golden bow, we can
So
turn
you
that...
survived the cistern.
I did.
Probably just a stroke of fortuna. Don't get cocky.
Okie dokie. So did he put that... You gotta ask yourself, did the magistrate put the
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and
Where are
deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate.
Right, you. Dodgy eyes, are you... Yes, you have got
Get
dodgy
out of my
colours.
villa before
We'll
I
give
have
him
to
the
make
assassin
throw
the
you out.
assassin's note. Oh. Oi.
All right, now you've crossed a line. Get out of there.
Right, okay. So we can't talk to him, even though maybe we need to do that once the time loops again, and then we can... But we've discovered that it's actually... Well, he will break the golden rule, but... Is Livia in here? That's Claudia. Claudia?
Do I need to call Domitius? Get out!
Okay, great chat. Okay, she's not really... Can you unlock the door for me? Thank you. She's not up for a chat then. And he's not up for a chat. I'll have to just climb my way in here. Right. He's there. We could confront him.
Citizen? Ah, you've returned. Do you have any news about your investigation?
Yes. It's time. It's the election. Who's that? Is that the Greek dude? That's Georgius. Watches through their eyes. Right, so we know they're all about to die. Where do they go for their election? Is it in here? It's in, yeah, the Great Forum, I assume. There is... Alright. We could go up there, I suppose. No one saw that, right? We go and hide up here. Check out what happens. Oh, there's no chest. Oh, 1,000 denarii and some arrows. Right, what happens then? Let's have a look. So where do the... Oh, now that we've got the golden bow, will that mean that... I don't know. Let's just find out. Let's just sit. We could probably go down.
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate. The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and Marcus Malleolus Gurges. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Malleolus.
Dacius.
Malleolus.
Galerius.
I abstain. I'm just here to observe.
Virgil.
Malleolus.
Rufius.
Malleolus.
And finally, Domitius.
Malleolus. Who else?
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Marcus Malleolus Gurges.
Hail, Magistrate Malleolus. I said, hail, Magistrate Malleolus. That's more like it.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally
Where will the
enjoy
attackers
the
come from?
freedom you deserve. No more shall you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and breathe, because the tyrant Sentius told you it was forbidden. For my first act as magistrate, I hereby announce a day of celebration to mark the end of an era. The myth of the Golden Rule is no more.
The Golden Rule is real, you idiot.
For his attempt to deceive us all, Sentius is hereby found guilty of treason against the Empire.
What? I have committed no crimes. This is madness.
His sentence: to fight for his life in gladiatorial combat against Domitius. Here and now for your entertainment.
Ooh, this is improved.
I have no idea what you're doing. You're going to get us all killed.
Oh, I've got some,
I exercise
oh,
my
he's
right
busy.
as a Vestal priestess to pardon him. I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity. You'll doom us all.
Lies! It is time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is, a children's fable, exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
This is why he's in his gladiator gear. They've been planning this all along.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken. I'm going to enjoy killing you, old man.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
There they come. Okay, let's go. Oh, I hate when it goes black and white. I get confuddled and I get lost. Okay, the temple's up here though. Hello, archer. Ow, right in the backside. But Sentius killed himself somehow. He's got no items. Let's reset time. Right. Whew. Maybe we should have fired our golden bow back at them. Here we go. Reset number 2. Hello, farmer boy.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and why you look like you've just taken on a gladiator and lost?
I'm Taff, and I need to take care of something urgent.
Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening.
I need you to stop Fabia entering the empty shrine and tell the new arrivals he'll find what he's looking for in there. Oh, the new arrival, he'll find what he's looking for there.
Alright, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. Understood. I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
Okay, good. We can get other people to do stuff, which is great. Right, now, if we come up here, I'm wondering, has things restocked? Right, see if we can stop Ulpus from jumping off. Oh, we can go up and see what's up there, actually. Oh, some money. Cool. Happy days. Right, I think we've almost got this sus now, haven't we? Going for a nice run in the sun. It's a lovely day for it. La la la. Right. So we also need to find the plaques, the obelisk. We'll have a look at the obelisk in a minute, but let's see if we can save Ulpius.
Salve, friend.
Octavia.
I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule.
The Golden Rule.
It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far?
Good, thank you. Actually, I just have a chat with Ulpius, if that's
All right.
okay.
Well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please, please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
Alright. I'll talk to him.
Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
Jump! Is this what Scintilla would have want? Stop that right. Go ahead, go. Okay.
You know about that? How is that possible? I mean, I've never mentioned it to anyone.
You'll never believe if I told you.
Well, if you say so. You don't understand. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want it all to be over.
Maybe I can solve your problem.
It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact. And she's already swallowed hemlock this morning. If I backed out now, I'd be betraying her.
That's who that woman was.
I can't do that.
Ah, what if I can help her too?
No. No. Time's up. I'm out. Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
Right, okay. So, we need another time loop. We need to go on... we now know...
I can't believe he went through...
Yulia is the girl in the Apollo shrine who died. So we need to get the... whatever that was we needed. Okay.
I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa. It's of his own making, after all. And I'd best pray for poor Ulpius.
Right, I assume I've still got my bow. Yes, I do. Good. Right. So where... oh, here's the obelisk. Right here. So there... oh, there are plaques here, I see. Oh, I see. So... Gotcha. Right, let's go and have a word with... What's over that way, by the way? Yeah, let's go and have a word with Malleolus. Quickest way there is... Oh, don't overshoot the pool! Well, it's going to go straight into the tile work then. I can't get out. Right, Sunshine, we've got an assassin's note for you.
Did you just leap into my villa from the balcony 100 feet above?
I did, yes.
That was either extremely reckless or impressively clever.
It was logical, Captain.
Well,
It's the quickest way in.
why have you risked life and limb to see me?
I know your real name. So you're Quinticus. Let's ask about...
Look, if I had a Roman plaque in my possession, I'd be happy to sell it to you, but I don't, so I can't.
Fair enough. Yes, we know who you are.
My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis.
No, it's not.
You seem to have confused me with someone else.
You have one green eye and one blue eye. Just like the description in this execution order from the Emperor Nero.
You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different coloured eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens.
He wasn't Roman.
I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more.
Apparently, Quinticus also suffers from delusions of grandeur.
Well, I am not suffering from any delusions, as today's election will firmly establish.
I will prove
Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted?
I
trust you can see yourself out.
Yes, I can.
Through the door this time. There's a key just beside it.
Okay, lovely. I think I knew that last time. Right, brilliant. So you did say there was a key. How did I miss that last time when I spent ages getting out? And I almost missed it again.
Thank you. I am delighted and
Right.
deeply honored to have been.
Gladiator guy.
What now?
We haven't spoken in this time loop, mate. Remember what's going on. Who are you voting for? Where's... I know where Yulia is. Are you the one threatening Virgil?
Do I seem like anonymous threats are my style?
Ah, that's true. Fair enough. Cheers.
Whatever. Just
Evers.
remember, I'll be watching.
I'll be watching you a long time. Right. What we need is to find Rufius, because we've got the willow bark for him, haven't we? Here's what's his face?
Whatever's in that great temple. Hello there, friend. May I say, that is a glorious bow you're carrying. Do you mind if I ask where you acquired it?
I took it from the Shrine of Diana, only to discover you'd locked me inside with angry hornets. I managed to escape, and after a harrowing ordeal in the palace, travelling back in time, here I am.
Are you well, stranger? Have you been out in the sun too long? You seem a little confused. Perhaps you should go and see Lucretia in a clinic.
Yes, perhaps. I need some silphium resin.
Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
How did you come up with 1,000 denarii?
That's hardly my concern. But if you get a job, work hard and save your coins, you should be able to afford it within, say, 5 years?
Your price gouging over life-saving medicine. What's wrong with you? Fine, here's 1,000 denarii.
Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it.
Alright. Take it. Alright, I'll take it.
Hear what?
Never mind.
Are you sure you're feeling alright? If you're hearing things, perhaps you should pay a visit to Lucretia's clinic. We don't want another Navia on our hands.
Yes.
She claimed the statues were whispering to her. Nobody else could hear it. Then she shut herself in the palace and we never heard from her again. But I digress. Do you want this silphium or not?
Yes, I suppose.
Oh, you have it. I'm impressed. Pleasure doing business.
Yes.
Can I help you with anything else?
Yes, you'll get yours,
Very
mate.
well. Another time.
Yes. Right, okay, cool. So we'll be able to... There you go.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned.
We're hemlock.
She needs the resin of a plant called silphium.
I know.
Like that cool
We're losing time.
Decius won't give it to me.
I have psyllium resin. Here it.
What?
Take it.
Quick, give it here. Yulia, you need to swallow this. Here, let me help you.
Right, so next time we need to do this first. But we can learn some information off her this time.
Hopefully in a moment she should be able to breathe normally. That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing? And at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle?
Yes, that's a good way of looking at me. I'm a time traveller. Honestly, you wouldn't believe if I told you.
Look, if you don't want to tell me, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. But no matter. That was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yourself. She might even be able to thank you herself in a few moments.
Wonderful
and maybe
news.
she can tell us who poisoned her, and who she meant when she was muttering about that snake's cruel black eyes.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
meantime, I'm happy to help you with whatever it is you need.
I think I've got everything else. I'll be going.
That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life. Apollo smiles upon you.
No problem. Yulia, you okay? Yeah, well, she's alive, isn't she? So that's grand. Ah, Rufus, I've got your... Okay. I've got your medicine.
Name's Rufus. Better watch your step.
About your rheumatism.
What business is that of yours?
I figured out a treatment. Eat a pinch of this willow bark. It should feel better in no time.
Willow bark? And this will work? Oh, thank God. Finally, some relief. This is what I've been praying for. Maybe God hasn't abandoned me after all. Thank you. I've been in a lot of pain lately. The rheumatism, these cursed statues always watching, and the crisis of faith. It was too much. Started messing with my head. This is exactly what I needed to set it straight again. I owe you one.
Okay, well, I've got two favours to ask. Are you threatening Virgil?
No idea what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. Where can I find the Roman plaque?
No idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Come on, you owe me one, remember?
Alright. After this, we're square. I think I have seen that plaque. Sorry I lied. Can't be too careful these days. Head into the caves behind the theater. Turn right, then right again. Oh, and here. You'll need this key.
Right, thank you, Rufus.
You didn't get that from me.
Got it, thanks. Cheers!
See you around.
Right, so we know roughly where the Roman plaque is. Should we go and introduce ourselves to Equitio again?
A new face. Arve.
Arve.
An investor watch over you.
Yeah.
I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
Here we go.
I beg your pardon?
Livia was right, we're in the underworld.
Oh my. That is quite a lot to take in. You'll have to give me a moment. Let's see. If that is indeed the case, I suppose we'd better figure out what to do about it, hadn't we? We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra. And Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have 2 options: to confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide.
Right, better get back to it then.
May 14 guide you.
I love that. Yes, yes. Gonna take on the gods. Alright, see you in a bit. Yeah, bye. Cheers. Have a good one. Right, there's a Greek guy we need to go and speak. So, where is the theatre? Are they referring to the forum as the theatre? In which case...
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
I may know where she is. Oh, hang on. Do you have a problem with Virgil?
What? Absolutely not. I know someone's been threatening him, and I'm not happy about it. But I can assure you, it isn't me.
Fair enough. I wonder...
Right.
The only other person wearing armour, isn't it the magistrate?
Ugh, this place has become... Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
Abigail.
I trust you can see yourself out.
Yeah, chills. So... He has got armour on. Was it you threatening Virgil?
Alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
Pluto.
We have? Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the Golden Rule, forcing me to create a portal in time to bring you here? I must have entrusted you with figuring out who the culprit is. Only, I assume we failed, and you had to start over.
Something like that.
Is that about right? If so, what happened?
Oh, we've had this conversation too.
Seems rather brash, but all right. Why have you sought me out?
Can we talk about who's going to break the Golden Rule? I was hoping to ask you some questions about my investigation. What's your story? Right.
Of course. What is it?
I've already figured out how to stop at least one person from breaking it. What happens now?
Well, if you stopped one person from breaking it and you're still here, then there must be someone else about to break it still. Allow me to explain. When I discovered the ritual to Proserpina, the instructions came with a warning about paradoxes. The crux of it is this. If you do anything to change the course of history in such a way that your very being here is impossible, you will have created a paradox. To illustrate, when the Golden Rule is broken, I will open the doorway that will bring you here to prevent it from being broken. If you manage to succeed in saving our lives, then I will have no reason to open the doorway, and you will never have come here. A paradox, you see?
Yes,
The same thing would happen if you, say, inadvertently, allowed me to die. If I can't summon you, then you can't be here, obviously. If either of those things were to happen, I am given to understand you would be flung back to your original time, having changed the course of history for us and yourself. So the fact that you are still here means someone is going to break the Golden
Right, I think what we need to do is go down to the barkeep and
Understand?
get some information on here. Yes.
Excellent. So it looks like you'll have to continue your investigation. Now...
Yes.
Ask then.
Oh, okay.
Good. Now, was there something else you wanted to discuss?
Scintilla? Okay, we'll get back
Thank
to it.
you. I'll be waiting here for news.
Right, so we can't accuse him of threatening...
Don't mind me. I just live here.
Alright then, cheers. Right, we need to find the Greek guy.
Hey Horatius, how's it feel knowing your man's doomed to lose the election today?
If you're trying to goad me into an argument, it won't work. I'm stoked, remember?
The old man couldn't even keep his own door safe.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
It is. I'm just having a pause for thought. Right, let's go down. We need to speak to two people down here. We need to let the hairdresser who went slightly mad, cultist woman. I think the cultist women they're referring to the Christians, I believe. So we did hear one of the women citing a prayer, didn't we? Oh yes, you. Ah, but there's also, we were looking for the thing behind the thing. Yeah, you with me? Good. No, behind the is it down here? Behind the forum, or the theatre as they call it. We were looking for the cave. Did he say? I don't. He didn't mean inside it, did he? Did he mean over here? Turn right, then right again? Maybe up here? Turn right. And right again. Ah! And he gave us a key. Oh, hello. Who's this? Octavia! Why did you come down here? We just saw you. The Roman plaque. We've got it. A plaque bearing the Latin inscription Pluto, Father of Riches. A wooden carving. Symbol of the fish.
What are you doing here? Please leave.
Octavia.
I said, please
this
leave.
is your little
You're
Christian.
trespassing.
This is your Christian temple, then, okay? Fine. Sign the fish. Right. Okay. So. I know. I'm trying. I find it difficult to remember how to get around this place. Oh, boom. What's in here? A temple. Of Prospina. Okay. We want to go down here into the slums, as it were, and have a word with that bartender. How much cash we got? 3 grand. Crikey. We can buy all the things we need. Livia, here we go.
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls. But it does not notice the crowds that come.
I figured it out. I know where we are.
Say it. Speak its name.
Swindon. No.
Then it is true. I was right.
You were.
I thought I saw it, but when the rest of them could not, I kept thinking I must have gone insane. I had to tell myself it was true over and over again, until I wasn't sure if I was deceiving myself. I must apologize if my words seem cryptic. I'd found comfort in reciting the Metamorphoses by our great poet Ovid. He gives such an uncanny description of this place. I cannot help but wonder if he himself came here. Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
I will do my best to remember the relevant verse. There is a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the infernal regions. The sluggish Styx exhales vapor, and by that way, the shadows of the newly dead descend, entombed with full rites, and the ghosts of those, at last, given proper burial. The wide, thorny waste is cold and pallid, and the newly arrived shades are ignorant of the road that leads to the Stygian city, where Black Dis has his cruel palace. As the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls, and is never too small for any populace, nor notices the crowds that come. There the bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Some crowd the forum, some the house of the ruler of the depths. Others follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, and still others incur punishment. I hope I have done it justice, and now we share a secret. It's as if you've lifted a great burden from my shoulders. Thank you, friend. I think I should rest.
Cool. Right, Livia has been unburdened, which is good. And here is the pub. And here is where we need to speak next time. Pandora's box, the lead has been resolved. Fantastic. But we'll leave it there for this time. Wow. I feel like we're really accelerating through this now. We've got the answers we need. Yes, we haven't got it quite right. We need to help Yulia first with the hemlock. Oh, that's a point. We can't go spending the money too much because we need to make sure that we've got enough money to buy the hemlock cure next time as well. That's okay. We'll leave it there for now. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.